This is the Goin to the Hoop podcast.
Welcome to this week's Goin to the Hoop podcast. We are coming to you from Terre Haute North High School. He is the head coach of the Terre Haute North Patriots, who happen to be the 2023 First Financial Wabash Valley Classic champs. Oh, by the way, they have another big game coming up against Terre Haute South. He is head coach Todd Wolfley. Coach Wolfley, thanks for having us on this week's show.
Hey, I appreciate you guys having me. You guys do a great job covering Wabash Valley sports, and it's nice to have this opportunity.
We appreciate that. We're looking forward, weather permitting, to another big rivalry game, North-South Friday night, Holman Center. You guys played the Braves just a couple of weeks ago. Different area, different environment now, but it should be another fun one against the Braves this week.
Yeah, it's a very important game, not only being a rivalry game against our crosstown rival, but it's also important to Conference Indiana standings. We're 1-1 right now. We stubbed our toe a little bit at Bloomington South, but got a nice win on the road at Columbus North last weekend. So this is important for to see where we can finish in the conference. We've never won a conference championship in boys basketball here at Terre Haute North, and I know that's one of our guys' goals. So we need to be ready to go. It'll be a totally different game, and the only important thing is that we're better for 32 minutes.
Coach, obviously having a good season so far, 10-3, 7 wins in a row. You win the Classic. Just what's been the biggest reason, do you think, for this, not only the 7-game winning streak, but kind of coming together as a team throughout this period of play?
Well, as long as I've done this, each team is unique and different, and this group of guys is no exception. So it takes a little while to define roles for guys to accept those roles and to come into their roles. And I think the last 7 games we've done that. Although we have 4 seniors who have provided excellent leadership in the offseason and the preseason, their roles have also changed from last season to this season. And then we've tried to bring some young guys along who are getting more comfortable at the varsity level. So I think, we're just now hitting our stride, and it's important as we go into the conference season and as we head toward March.
How is it more difficult since you just played South a couple of weeks ago? It's always going to be pressure, North-South game, Holman Center. Your thoughts and maybe a couple of keys as you guys get set for round 2 against the Braves on Friday?
Well, I've been involved in this game as both a player and as a coach for many years. So when you look at what to expect, I think you expect the unexpected because you never know what's going to happen. And you'll know the big name guys, the Zay Bakers, the Kavish Reddys, the Braden Walters. But a lot of times in that game, it's one of the glue guys who steps up, who makes a big play, the guys who's willing to dive on the floor to get the 50-50 ball, to get an offensive rebound or to set a good screen. And those are the things that go into winning, and especially winning close games against your rival and a conference opponent.
You mentioned it, Coach. I mean, just one of the things you preach is total team effort, night in and night out, guys accepting their roles. Just what does it say about this year's squad that you have so many guys who are, willing to put everything else aside except they're just committed to winning and helping Terre Haute North win? Yeah,
that's what it's all about. When we tell our players, when you come here, you play for each other, and if you'll do that, you have the opportunity to play for championships. And these guys have bought into that. No one remembers the guy who scores 20 points a game on a team that goes 4-20, but they always remember teams who win championships because that trophy's in the trophy case, that banner's on the wall. And this group is like the others that we've had in the past. They've put personal glory aside and sacrificed that for the betterment of the team. It's just a great group of kids. I'm very fortunate to be the head coach with excellent assistant coaches, a phenomenal athletic trainer, and support from the community.
What's it like to be coaching Terre Haute North for 40 years now, Coach? It's not quite 40 years, but I know it might feel like 40 years.
Well, when I started thinking about being involved in this North-South game as a player and as a coach, it's been close to 40 years. So I had a lot more hair back then, but it's still fun. It's a community event. I hope the people in the community come out and support the local student athletes like you guys do because it's a good group. Like, we have some good basketball players in our area, and they need the support from the people in the community in order to be successful. And so, it's just very fortunate to be around good kids and to be the coach at Terre Haute North for 40 years.
It seems like it sometimes, right? And you touched on the crowd. You have people that will come to this game Friday that don't really come to many basketball games, so it's a good showcase, like you said, for Vigo County athletics.
Yeah, it's a community event. I hope people go out and they spend money in the restaurants before the game. They get together with friends they don't normally see, and these kids really appreciate and I think deserve their support because they work hard being out in the community, not only as basketball players, but as students and good people to represent the Terre Haute community and especially our guys here at Terre Haute North in a positive way.
Coach, we're going to hear from 4 of your seniors a little bit later on this podcast. Just for you, I mean, what have they meant to this program?
The seniors, a great group of seniors. You know, you go from top to bottom. Kavish Reddy, he's worked through a lot of adversity in his high school career. He had 2 serious ankle injuries. He's a vocal leader. He does things the right way. He's a great role model for our younger kids, so he's just done a phenomenal job. Cam Baker's kind of our bulldog. He's our glue guy. He's our tough guy. He's willing to guard the opponent's best player. He turns the ball over a little bit too much, more than I'd like sometimes, and we do that. But he's really done a great job and assumed his role. Jack Halls is another skilled 6'7" big guy. He can play inside and out. Really worked hard on his game. He's worked hard on his body in the off season to make himself stronger. And I think the last 2 weeks he's really come into his own. He's playing much more relaxed, and we're seeing the Jack Halls that we saw in June. And then Braden Walters joining our program this year has just been such an added and pleasant surprise, and he fits in fine with what we do here at Terrell North. Fits in very well, actually, because he's so unselfish, and he's a team player, and the most important thing to him is winning.
Yeah.
And when you have guys like that, you just have the opportunity to be successful. And then the younger guys fall in line. As I mentioned before, I don't want to slight and not mention my assistant coaches, because you're only as good as your assistant coaches, and we have assistant coaches do a great job. Our principal, Steve Joseph, also is super supportive of the athletic department and everyone here at Terrell North. I got several text messages and emails from teachers, support staff here, and that's what it's all about. Even though we're a large school of 1,400, it's still a small community, and basketball is special because it only takes five people to get it done. So it's so hard to win, and winning is hard. If it was easy, everyone would do it, and everyone doesn't. And we've been fortunate with the leadership that we have from our guys to be pretty successful.
Not bad with the trainer who's sitting over there watching this podcast.
Yeah. You got to give Jordan Watson a plug. He takes care of our guys and does a good job. Kavish forgot to mention him, so I'll go ahead and do that, because Kavish spends more time with Jordan Watson than he probably does his family. So.
Okay, Coach, we've talked basketball. We've talked the game. Now are you ready to take on this suggestion?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Call it the questions for Coach. We're going to let you go first. Random questions. There's no right answer, wrong answer. Dive in there first.
Okay.
Then read the question out so we can hear it. Then we'll all answer it.
Would you rather be the driver or the passenger? That's very easy. I'm kind of OCD.
Shocking.
The guys would tell you I'm a little bit OCD and kind of control freak, so I would much rather be the driver than the passenger, because as the passenger, I would not be comfortable, and I like flying because the amount of time, but then I don't have any control while I'm flying either. So I would rather be the driver.
I would rather be the driver, control what you can control, and when you're driving, you're in control.
How about you, Grant?
Yeah, don't you control the music when you drive too?
Yeah.
The passenger drives too. I feel like the driver's.
Yeah, and my son's 16 and has a driver's license right now, and I can tell you I would much rather be the driver.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, good. Jack, you're up next. There's only a couple in here.
Yeah,
We'll
let's
get
see
some more
which
for
one
next
I
week.
get. All right, this one says, are you a cat person or a dog person?
Oh, man, I hate this. I have nothing against animals. I love animals, but I am neither, because I'm OCD, and I have 2 kids at home, and they make a big enough mess. I don't need animals.
That's a fair
point, Coach. Yeah. I would definitely go with a dog person. I'm allergic to cats, 1, and 2, I always grew up with dogs, so I would go.
I'm allergic to cats as well. I like cats, but I would
me too.
Dog. Cats. All right, let's do one more.
What do you got, Grant?
Let's see.
Best for last.
Yes, hopefully, right?
Oh,
who is the best superhero? I guess there's not a wrong answer, but maybe there is a right and wrong answer. Coach, you go up first. Best superhero.
Oh, man, I knew you were going to put me on the spot. Superhero. I'm going to have to go with Superman. Superman always took care of himself. You know, he physically fit. He had nice hair. I don't have that anymore. So, Superman.
Yeah, I mean, I would always answer Superman, because with Superman, do you really need the other superheroes? But I'll go Spider-Man. Spider-Man's my favorite, so I'll say he's the best.
Okay.
I love Spider-Man. Superman's good too, but not everyone wants to be. Everyone wants to be Batman, I feel like. So I'll take Batman. You can be the billionaire and have all the cool toys. So maybe Batman.
If I can be a billionaire, I'll answer Batman. I'll take that. Yeah.
Hey, Coach, thanks for stopping by this week's show. Best of luck against South. We can't wait to see how the game shakes out this week. We'll see you soon.
Hey, thanks for having me. Appreciate you guys.
More Going to the Hoop podcast right after this.
WTWO Sports, your ultimate destination for the thrill of local sports, where our community's spirit shines brightest. From around the valley, witness the pulse-pounding moments. Experience the adrenaline-fueled highlights that define every game. Guided by Sports Director Grant Pugh and reporter Jack Burney. Don't miss a single second. Your insight into the action. Only on WTWO Sports. Airing every day at 6 p.m. and 11 p.m.
Welcome back to this week's Going to the Hoop podcast. We are now joined by a trio of Terre Haute North Patriots, Braden Walters, Cam Baker, and Jack Halls. Guys, thanks for taking some time out of the week to come on this podcast.
You're welcome.
Yep, no problem.
Obviously, you guys are all three seniors. This is for all you guys. You know, you guys have had a great season so far. You're 10-3. You won the Classic. Just what would it mean for you guys to keep this momentum rolling throughout your senior season, hopefully make a run when we get closer and closer to that state tournament?
We go down the line?
Yeah, go ahead. Down the line, however you want to do it. Yeah, Braden, you're first.
It'd feel great. I mean, that's our goal, is to win. Try to play for a state championship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, this being our last season, all of us seniors, it'd mean a lot. Us three have been playing together for a while, and me and Braden have played together a few times, so it'd mean a lot to make a good run and go all the way to the state tournament.
I think just keeping this going and keeping the momentum up would just be great for the team, good morale, and just going into March having a winning season would be good just for the team in general. Just hopefully win it all out. So.
Yeah, just how cool of a moment for you guys, obviously coming off the Classic Championship. I mean, you guys played great in the tournament, and on top of that, you beat your rival in the championship. Just, knowing that's the last time you're going to play in that tournament, just how cool is it to kind of go out on top in the Wabash Valley Classic?
It felt amazing. I mean, can't think of anybody else I'd rather go out not winning it, and beating them felt even better. Everybody doubted us because we were playing there, thought they were going to win, and we played as a team, came together, and we won.
Yeah, it did mean a lot. I know I wanted that win more than anything, and I'm sure the rest of us did, the rest of the team did. So I was telling the guys, just go out there, play hard, play like it's one of your last games. So yeah, I'm glad we could get it done.
It was awesome to win. I think being a part of two winning teams in the Classic was really cool. Also, we had 3 tough games. South Vermilion was tough. Mm-hmm. Edgewood had to big comeback, and playing against South's always a good game. Just doesn't matter what the record is, but just going in there, it's a fun game. So it was great to win it all. And
looking ahead to Friday, you guys have a big one against South at Holman Center. Just, obviously, maybe the last time you're going to see them. There's potentially you guys see them in sectional, but I mean, just what would it mean for you guys to, obviously a big game for you guys. Obviously, you beat them in the Classic, but now, you're playing at Holman Center in front of a lot of fans. Just what would it mean to get that last win against South?
It'd feel amazing. It'd just prove that, we're the best team in the Wabash Valley once again, and which I think we are, and I think my teammates think we are. So, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they're going to be the underdog. They're going to come out with a chip on their shoulder Friday. So we still have yet to play our best basketball. So I think if we play our best basketball, we could get the job done.
I think it'd be awesome just to win again. I think since all 3 of us seniors have been here, we've won every North-South game. So I think just keeping that mentality that we're going to go in and win this game is just good for the team. So.
You guys, all 3 are seniors. I mean, just leadership-wise, just what are some of the things you try and do to not only, try and get some wins on the court, but also, lead kind of the younger guys on the team?
I'll try to pick my teammates up, like when they miss shots or somebody scores on them or they, let a possession off or something. I try to pick them up and tell them it's not the last play of the game, and, they still have the rest of the game to do something about it.
I tell a lot of the underclassmen that when they're in to play their hardest. Wolfley's watching at all times, obviously, so go out there, show them that you can play your hardest throughout the whole game, and play like it's your last game.
I think especially for us seniors, since there's only 4 of us and the rest are just all underclassmen, it's important just to be good role models, and because we go out there and set the standard and they follow. So I think they've been doing good at that, just growing into their roles and becoming more mature.
So I asked you guys a bunch of nitty-gritty basketball questions. Now it's time for some more fun questions. All right, so give me your game day routine. Is there any music you got to listen to before the game to get hyped up? Is there a pregame meal you got to eat or something on a game day?
So I get out of school at 12:10, and I always go get Taco Bell right when I get out. And I eat Taco Bell, then I sleep. I wake up, come back, and that's about it.
There you go. Taco Bell, always solid.
I always eat a lot of candy.
What kind of candy? Any?
Sweet tart ropes are my favorite. Those are my good luck. I got them for Christmas, and I was saving them till that championship day against South. I was saving them. I knew we were going to make it, so I saved them for that day just for some good luck. So eat candy, listen to music, try to lock in and focus.
Yep. I think I'd probably just get a good lunch for myself, be well fed before the game, and then like them, I'd listen to some music and get hyped.
What
get
kind
ready
of,
to go.
well, it's like your go-to song? Or go-to artist?
I don't know. It's a lot of people. Usually on game days it's Meek Mill. So
There you go.
Nerd clusters are also a necessary.
Nerd clusters.
That's a team thing.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
guys, thank you for coming on this week's show. We wish you the best of luck against South on Friday and the best of luck the rest of your senior season.
thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more Going to the Hoop podcast right after this.
Welcome back to our Going to the Hoop podcast, coming to you from Terre Haute North High School. We're now joined by the MOP of the 2023 First Financial Wabash Valley Classic, Terre Haute North senior Kavish Reddy. Kavish, welcome to this week's show.
Thank you for having me.
It's a big week. You guys played South a couple weeks ago, but now you play South, weather permitting, Friday night at Holman Center, trophy on the line. I know you guys are excited for another crack against the Braves.
Yeah, I think it's always great just to be able to play against them. I think it'll be a really good game. I think we're going to come out on top, and I think it'll be good for everyone to see.
Kavish, obviously, we mentioned most outstanding player of the Classic. I mean, just what did it mean for you not only to get that honor, but also to, go out on top winning the Classic with your teammates your last time playing it?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly could have never even imagined to win an award like that. I think there's so many great people in the Wabash Valley players. I just, I don't know, it kind of hit me hard when they announced my name and I won that. And then back to question about the Classic, I think, a couple of seniors on the team. I think just this is our last time ever gonna play in the actual tournament. So to be able to win that, go out well, it just really means a lot.
Yeah. Kavish, speaking of those seniors, we're going to have a couple on with Jack in just a bit. How special is it to not only have seniors, but you guys seem like you have a good senior bond with it?
Yeah, I played with Cam and Jack since forever. It's been since I was really young. I think we've developed a chemistry. We're friends in and out of the classroom. So I think that blends really well in the court. Braden being new, but I feel like I've known him for so long. I think we've really connected. We've been friends. We hang out a lot. We're always talking. I think you're able to see that on the court and the way we play together.
Obviously your senior season, just what makes this year's version of the Terre Haute North Patriots so special to be a part of?
Yeah, I think the way all the seniors lead, I think, we see it as our last time, being here and playing. I think we, understand how, and all this just means a lot to each one of us that we really just want to go hard every single time.
Yeah. We could talk basketball all day. Now we want to talk a little off the court stuff. You have any special pregame routines you want to do on game day, special pregame meal? Take us a little through what a game day would look like to you.
Yeah, I get out of school, I think anyone that knows me I'm going to sleep for a bit. Then I'll get a snack, Everyone knows this too. Before a game, it's a kickstart, wakes me up a little bit, gets me ready for the game. I think that's pretty much how I go.
Tell us something we should know about Coach Wolfley that maybe we don't know about Coach Wolfley. Not to give everything away, of course. He's a high button coach. He's got a lot going on. But what's something we should know about Coach Wolfley that we maybe don't know?
One thing you don't know. Coach Wolfley can actually sometimes be really funny. It doesn't look like it. It seems like he's a hard head a lot. I'm sure a lot of people see that, but he actually does make a lot of jokes whenever we're around him.
That's good. I've heard that as well. It's nice to hear that from someone else.
Yeah.
Well, Kavish, thanks for stopping by this week's show. Best of luck Friday, or if it's not Friday, weather permitting, against South. We can't wait to see the Patriots and Braves round 2. We're back with more Going to the Hoop podcast right after this. Welcome back to our Going to the Hoop podcast. We have moved from Terre Haute North High School to Terre Haute South High School. We're now joined by the head basketball coach of the Terre Haute South Braves, Maynard Lewis. Coach Lewis, thanks for stopping by and having us on this week's show.
Well, thanks for coming over. It's always great to have you guys here in our gym and moving the podcast to Terre Haute South.
Can't wait for the big game Friday night, weather permitting, of course. Terre Haute North, Terre Haute South. You guys met just a couple of weeks ago, of course, here at the Classic Championship. But this one's for the crown, for the trophy. How exciting is it? I know you guys are ready for another crack at the Patriots.
Yeah, we're definitely ready for another crack at the Patriots. Obviously, we had a small letdown the first game. Didn't do some things on the offensive end down the stretch when it was 35-31. So our guys are eager to get another crack at it. It's going to be a fun atmosphere. Going against Terre Haute North is always fun. Crosstown rivalry. It's always good for the city, the community. So it's going to be a fun atmosphere, and we're looking forward to it.
Coach, just talking about the turnaround of this program the last couple of years, you go from 4 wins a couple of years ago, you go 15-11 winning season last year, and you're 7-4 this season, playing pretty good basketball. Just talk about, what do you think have been some of the biggest factors to that turnaround for Terre Haute South basketball?
Well, I think, a lot of it, you need to, it's building a program brick by brick and getting the resources coming through our high school to make it happen. We knew this junior class that we have now was really special. Along with our senior Xavier Baker. So you mix the two together and you start to get a winning formula, and we're trending in the right direction. The biggest thing is, we want to continue to build on our feeder system, which is important for our community. It's where we're, Terre Haute in general is getting beaten out by surrounding communities. We need to do a better job of, bringing better facilities to our town so we can host tournaments and get people back in the gym where they're supposed to be.
Absolutely.
Speaking of that senior, Zay Baker, we've seen him grow as the season has gone on. I know he's excited to play the Patriots again on Friday, but what is this, the one senior, what has he meant to the Terre Haute South basketball program? What is he going to mean to your program? You guys got a lot of games to go.
Yeah, Zay Baker's meant a lot to our program. He's one of those pieces that came in as a freshman, and you talk about the number of wins that we had years back, but he was a part of the solution, meaning he was all in. He was definitely committed to this program from his freshman year on, and he's done the things to be a winner, and that's why he's had some of the successes that he has, because of his the right mindset, parenting at home, and his work ethic.
What stands out to you most about this year's Terre Haute South squad? Just kind of what's the identity of this team and what's allowed them to be successful so far early in the season?
Yeah, we were just talking about that a couple of weeks to talk about the identity of this team. Obviously, we want to be a defensive team and be able to go out and stop. We haven't been consistent at that, but when we've shown that we can do it, it's been really good moments. But offensively, our identity is when we move the ball, we are tough to stop. When recent past, a lot of teams like the player that can get you 25 and maybe have the second player, but our team is much better when the offensive shots are distributed and we have 4 or 5 people in double figures, which was evidence in the first 3 games of the Classic where we played really well, and then the fourth we kind of regressed a little bit, but we're getting back to that.
What are a couple of keys against the Patriots team that we know is talented on Friday? And home atmosphere, the atmosphere, we know North-South game, expect the unexpected. What are a couple of keys for your team round 2 against the Patriots?
Yeah, well, I think we got to keep their big guys off the glass. They got a lot of second chance points in the first game. We got to get, their main players uncomfortable, get them going different directions than what they're used to. Obviously, Walters brings a height and presence inside around the baskets that, definitely helps them improve them, and they got shooters on the perimeter. So, we're going to have to counter all that, and I think we'll be just fine.
Just the opportunity to play at Holman Center, it's a big game for the community. Just talk about how excited the guys are, not only to get another crack at North, but play on that stage in front of a lot of people in Terre Haute who might not get to a lot of games, but since it's North and South, they might go to that one.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun atmosphere. Obviously, playing on the college floor, an updated, renovated arena. Certainly, the kids are excited. But keep in mind, it's going to be different, right? Because we're not playing on a high school floor. The three-point line is backed up a little bit more. So we're trying to make those adjustments in practice, and those will factor in. So, with the three-point line being back a little bit, it may be a struggle, and it may not. We're just eager to see what's going to happen.
You're a veteran, been in this game a lot. Expect the unexpected. That's what I mean. What else can you say? What do you kind of tell your kids going into a game like this? I know you're going to have your final pregame speech. We're not going to get into that, but what do you kind of tell the guys they look forward to being on that big stage?
They look forward to being on this big stage, and obviously it means a lot to them. They find energy and adrenaline that they haven't, can't really get from other games. So the guys are really excited. It's going to be a hard-fought game. I think it's going to come down to a defensive game that can stop through the last couple of possessions and like I said, get them uncomfortable.
Speaking of big stages, I mean, one of your former players, Craig Porter Jr., doing some big things on the biggest stage in the NBA. He's having an outstanding rookie season with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Just what has it meant to you, seeing one of your former players succeed at the highest level of basketball? And also just what do you think Craig means to the community and what he's doing right now?
Oh, just, I am one of Craig's biggest fans. And when I coached him back at Terre Haute South, he was the most coachable player and always just wanted to do what's best for the team. And I tell the team all the time that a lot of people think that you have to score a lot of points to get to that level. Craig made his career off just being consistent across the board, whether it be blocks, assists, rebounds, and he was second in scoring here, but he consistently done it on a night in and night out basis. And I was questioning whether he can do it at the next level, but he just proved everybody wrong, went to Vincennes and done the same thing. Then goes to Wichita State and does the same thing. I mean, just like, come on, this 6'3" guy is like rebounding as well as he does, blocking shots as well as he does. And he's one of those guys that really never talked back to the coaches. He was just always coachable. And at every level, as I talked with, Vincennes coach and Wichita State, they just love him. And even he's made a name for himself, in Cleveland. And the players around him, the coaching staff just loves him because of just how high character of a guy he really is.
How special is it, too, for your kids to have someone like that to look up to that's come through this program, that's had the blood, sweat, and tears, and now excelling at the biggest level?
Yeah, I think it's definitely something that we've leveraged, especially in our team meeting. It's why we played so well the first 3 games. I said, guys, you don't have to score to be effective, such as, the Craig Porter story. He wasn't the leading scorer, but he just done everything else so well that it's got him to that elite level. So we talk about that all the time. It's guys just doing their job and playing their role to the best of their ability, and that's when we're at our best.
Can't wait to see what happens with Craig. Can't wait to see North-South. Coach, are you ready for our suggestion box? We've talked about basketball.
I am.
Let's take a dive here. There are a couple questions left. We're going to have you read the question. There's no right or wrong answer. I'll let you go first crack.
Here we go. Oh, favorite college professional team. That's an easy one. That's what you give me. All right,
okay. We're just talking about that.
Yeah, right now, favorite college team is obviously Purdue. Although we took a loss last night, but that's all right. Nebraska played well. Still ranked number 1 for this week. Houston lost as well, but it's not what you do in the regular season. It's what you do in the tournament. And I'm looking for us to make a good run. In terms of professional, that's the easy one too. Right now, I'm a bandwagoner. I'm on the Cleveland train. I want to see them be successful. I want to see Craig be successful.
Yeah, I'll go professional. I'm a Cleveland sports fan, but I'll go Cleveland Browns. Big playoff game Saturday. Flacco fever. Bring it on. Let's go.
Love it.
Flacco, college, got to go with Tennessee, right? Rocky Top. Rocky Top's playing some pretty good basketball. But professional, probably I'm a Cubs fan too, so we're used to the Browns fans over the years. But nothing beats the college athletics.
I'm a Cubs fan too. I've been loving the Cubs since I was a little kid. So
we won't talk about 2016 too. No. Jack being a Guardians Indians guy. But Jack, here, let's get some more questions in here soon. It's the last one.
Here we go. This one says, interesting. Would you rather be able to speak to animals or be fluent in every language?
Oh my! I think I'd rather be fluent in every language.
Yeah.
Like I love. I've been overseas a couple of times, and I just kind of get the menu and point to it, not really being able to communicate. Some words, but to be fluent in multiple languages, I think that's a beautiful thing. And I've known a lot of people who's able to do that. It's just to be able to communicate that effective. It's a beautiful thing.
I would go with that one too. You could work anywhere, you could live anywhere, you could go on vacation anywhere, have no problems. And then if you're like the only person in the world that can speak to animals, no one would believe you, right?
I was going to say, how would you? Nothing against Dr. Dolittle, great movie, Murphy, but if you could speak any language, you can go on vacation anywhere, probably make money anywhere. Yeah, that would be a great tool to have. Coach, thanks for stopping by and having us on this week's Going to the Hoop podcast. Best of luck against the Patriots. We can't wait to see what happens.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys stopping by.
Hey, we're back with more Hoop podcasts right after this. Welcome back to our Going to the Hoop podcast, coming to you from Terre Haute South High School. He is the lone senior on the Terre Haute South Braves, Mr. Zay Baker. Zay, thanks for stopping by this week's show. How excited are you to play the Patriots again on Friday night?
I'm very excited. It's the second opportunity, and I think we're really ready, fired up to go out there and win this thing and get the shoe back.
You mentioned, you guys are fired up. You got a crack at him in the Classic Championship game. It didn't go how you wanted, but, this is for the shoe. This is your last time. Maybe you guys might see him in sectional, but this is the last time in the regular season, at least, you're going to see Terre Haute North. What would it mean for you in your senior year to be able to go out on top and get a win against those guys?
It would be truly amazing. People look at it as another game, but it's also a big game for me because, play them once a year maybe, and it's the shoe game, and we haven't had it since I don't know when, so it'd be very amazing to win this my senior year since my last year.
What's made this year's team so special? You guys, you got hot of late. You kind of knew coming in. You had a lot of pieces coming back. What's kind of made this year's team so special, you think?
What made this team so special is I think, guys, we actually took in, our coaching, and, the coaches really teach us new things, and we're actually taking it in and running the plays and doing the things they tell us to do, and we're going out and executing, and I feel like that's helped us and grow as a program.
What is playing for Terre Haute South meant to you? I mean, you got a couple. Obviously, you still have a lot of season left in your senior year, but this is your last your last ride, so to speak. Just what has playing for this program meant to you these last 4 years?
It meant a lot. The coaches. A lot of people left, but I stayed and weathered the storm. And I just love this program. I love the people, and I love the atmosphere that we have here.
Mm-hmm. What's a couple of keys you think for the Braves on Friday? The Patriots got you guys the first time, so not only revenge, but what's a couple of keys you think for Terre Haute South against a very talented North team Friday?
Just defense and really just keeping them off the boards. And, as long as we're doing our part on defense, the offense is going to come. But as long as we hit our shots and execute our plays, I think we're going to be fine.
Being the only senior on this team, just what are some of the things that you try and do to help lead this team? Is the guys look up to you as one of the guys who's been here through thick and thin with this program. Just how do you kind of go about leading the other guys?
Leading them, I try to they miss a shot. I try to I don't just get on them. I try to encourage them to keep shooting and do better the next play. Keep going and keep attacking. And I just try to keep them encouraged. I don't want them down because then that It takes a toll on the whole team. So just try to keep them going and working hard each play and every play.
We've talked a lot of basketball. What about, take me through a game day routine for you? Is there a specific meal you like on game day? Is there certainly what's in the playlist for a game day? Is there certain things you got to do on a game day?
No, not really. It's not much to it. I sometimes I don't eat much before a game because stomach.
Sure.
Right. Yeah.
But playlist. A little bit of Rod Wave or Little Baby. But I really lock in before the game, and I get my guys prepared for the game, and I just think that preparation is key before a game for sure, and just lock in.
Finally, what's something we don't know about Coach Maynard Lewis that we should know maybe about Coach Lewis? We've known Maynard a long time, of course. What's something we don't know about Coach Lewis that we should know?
He's a fun.
He's get put on the spot there by Coach Burke too.
Hey. That's my guy right there. But, Coach Lewis, he's a very funny dude, and us guys in practice, we mimic him. If he makes says something in coaching or something, we all mimic him and make him laugh. And he's really fun to be around. And, he's really made these last 4 years very fun. So, yeah.
You got a Coach Lewis impression you can do for us right now?
Nah, not off the top of my head.
Okay.
Not off the top of my head. But if I had Trevor here, he would
all right,
just
all
like
right.
that.
We'll go to Trevor next time.
Yeah.
Well, Zay, thanks for stopping by this week's show. Best of luck against the Patriots Friday. We can't wait for the big game.
So, thank you.
Thanks for
guys.
watching this week's Go to the Hoop podcast. We'll see you soon.